Hey everyone, welcome back. This week, the tech world has been buzzing with news about iOS 19 redesign. Rumors suggest that Apple is planning the biggest visual overhaul since iOS 7, and it's set to take inspiration from Vision OS, the operating system behind the Vision Pro headsets. We are talking rounder icons, translucent menus, maybe, and maybe just a fresh new interface. But here's the thing, I hope it's not just a fresh coat of paint with some new colors while leaving the same old iOS features. I think there is a room for improvement and yeah. In this video, I'm going to share my personal wish list for iOS 19, the features and improvements I think Apple needs to focus on to truly elevate the iPhone experience for Apple users. Some of these wishlist items are from Android because I've been using Android devices for last 7 to 9 months, and I think Android does some things really well, and there is no harm in adapting the better features for users. So Apple, if you are watching, please take note. This is my wish list for iOS 19, and I'll tell you, yeah. Let's start with notifications. This has been a pain point for me for years. One thing which I really like in Android is that I want a proper notification history. I want to know. I miss notifications on iOS all the time. So imagine swiping down from your current notifications, and then you can you can get to the history that if there is what happened previously or what notifications you missed. I feel like right now, if you clear the notifications, then they just go into a void and you never know. Now let's talk about the Photos app. The iOS 18 revamp, honestly, it feels like a step backwards. It's clunky and frustrating to use. Apple made some changes in 18.2 or 18.3, I think, which improved things a little bit, but I'm hoping that iOS 19 brings some real improvements here. No gimmicks like more filters or Genmoji updates that no one cares about, or at least no one uses. I have never used anyone. Seriously, does anyone use these Genmojis? Let me know in your comments. I think for me, just give me a cleaner, more intuitive and clean experience of iOS with things which just actually make sense and just works like how Apple always portrays in their ads. The third thing which I think Apple can improve on is the lock screen customizations. So it's another area where Apple have made some changes. They allowed us to choose some phones, choose some things and how they work, but I think they can do better. They can give us more options to personalize my lock screen, change home screen wallpaper differently to the dynamic lock screen outside. So there are changes which Apple can improve on in the lock screen area. Give us more ability for widgets to put anywhere if we want. I think Apple can definitely improve in the focus modes. Focus modes are great in theory, but I think they still feel clunky in practice to me. But to be fair, I think Samsung's routines and modes is even also a letdown. They are not even that great. So, but there is a room for improvement there. Let's talk about the keyboard. Autocorrect. Oh boy, where do I even begin? After years of using iPhone, it still struggles with some basic words which I use all the time. I am not a white guy, so I use plenty of words from my original language, Urdu. So I expect Apple to remember those words because they are not wrong words. I keep adding them to dictionary. I still get different words in those places where I'm trying to convey a message and I use one word of another language and Apple keyboard does not get it. I have used Gboard on Android, and Gboard is such an amazing keyboard. It remembers, it understands the other language, the other phonetics, the words which I'm trying to use. It does not make mistakes the way iOS keyboard does. So I hope that Apple makes some improvements in the keyboard area, or at least give us the proper third-party keyboards. They have given us that keyboard, but it's very limited. They don't work properly. If I choose a third-party keyboard like a Gboard or SwiftKey, I always have to go back to the Apple keyboard. Sometimes the keyboard doesn't even appear the third party. So Apple, if you want to give us the keyboard ability to change third-party keyboard, can you please make sure that I can actually use that ability and the keyboard sometimes just doesn't stop to show up. Maybe it's the app developers, but I feel like it's more iOS limitations that which holds back the keyboard development of third-party apps. Apple is making iPhones more powerful every year. Why not let us fully utilize that power? Why am I still in 2025 stuck to one app? Why don't give me the ability to have a separate app in a separate window? If I want to go through my social media while I'm looking at in a browser for a different item, I should be able to compare or I should be able to use two apps at the same time in 2025, just like how we can on iPad or Android. So I think that will help people. Sometimes I have to double check two documents and I have to keep going back and forth in two different apps. It's just annoying. So these are the few iOS 19 redesign thoughts which I have that I wish Apple adopts or makes some changes, so at least fix some of these pain points which I feel, and I've gotten this feedback from other people as well, that these are and I'm seeing these on YouTube all the time as well, these features or these things which people like in Android and wish that Apple adopts. So maybe Apple will make some changes and improve. I'm cautiously optimistic here because redesigns like how the one I'm wishing is not gonna happen. I know the last major one was a really long time ago. We have been seeing the similar, very smaller updates year over year. So hoping for iOS 19 to be revolutionary is more like a pipe dream than reality, but let's see. I hope that Apple improves things that I actually like it more than my wish list. So yeah, so this is it for today. I wanted to make this video just to talk about the things which are frustrating to me on iOS and things I like in Android. So let's see. I hope Apple can bring these changes. Let's see you in the next one. What do you think? Are these features you are hoping to see in iOS 19? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tech content. I'm gonna try to be posting more about things I like. Thanks for watching. See you next time.